Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a flawless base makeup. So I'm going to include all my favorites and show you how to get a flawless base. So if you are interested in that, let's keep on watching. For this flawless base, we first going to moisturize. And I use the Day 1 moisturizer from Beauty Bay. This one is very liquid, so it's very nice to use in the morning because it dries down like very quickly, and that's very nice for mornings. Ooh. Put a lot on, but you really have to kind of press and swirl the moisturizer in because it's very important. Yes, blends in with your skin. So I always tend to press it like this. And I also do that on my forehead. So it all looks pretty shiny. Then for the second step, I'm going to use an SPF. This is Dr. Leonard's. It's for sensitive skin and it doesn't leave you a white cast. So I really like this one. But this one is empty and I bought a new one. A big one. A big tube. Yeah, it looks very like this. But when you blend this one out, it's so nice. And it also feels very moisturized. And I think SPF is just very important for your skin. I can tell it like 1,000 times, but it's the most important thing if you want to age well. I'm very excited for this base video because I think the base of your skin is just the most important. If your foundation and skin doesn't look great, then you can make a very nice eye look, but it won't be looking that great either. So I just like doing my base. It's just, if my base looks good, I'm just very happy. Then I think like, oh, I can rule this world. Why do I have to sing everything? I don't know. So for my base, no, I'm not going to do this. For my base, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. Then I got this much of the primer. Stamp it, and swirl it. This one is also very nice. It's not too thick. It's definitely not silicone-y. So it blends in with your skin so nicely. I just like more like creamy kind of hydrating primers because I feel like if you put too much silicone, it will look poreless, but you will see that in the end, like the foundation will glide off, and in my opinion, silicone primers don't work for anyone, but that's my opinion. Okay, so now this is done. I didn't work my beauty blender, so I'm going to do that now. So now that my beauty blender is wet, now I'm going to use the foundation. I use the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in number 1 neutral, and I use the double coverage matte foundation from Primark, and it's on the thing, I guess, Cool Scent. And I'll mix these two and then I'll just put them on my face. You actually don't need much of the Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation, because a little goes a long way with this one. Then I will just mix it with my finger. So now I'm going to put this on my skin. I'll just always make sure I got the most on my kind of pimple scarring area that I got right now. Mask Me is real. And I always press it into my nose because it always comes off my nose and my chin very quick. The Primark foundation is actually my favorite foundation. It likes drugstore foundation because the Flawless Finish is, I guess, my favorite. It's very thick, so you really need to love like full coverage foundations. And if you don't, then this is definitely not something for you. But if you do, I think you should really try the Flawless Airbrush foundation. I don't know. Can't get my hand on the name. So I will always just blend this out with my beauty blender. For concealer, I'm going to use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealers. This one is almost empty, I guess. At least it feels like it's almost empty. Yeah, just on the bottom, but how can anyone ever reach the bottom with this applicator? Always put it under my eyes, a bit on my chin and a bit on my forehead. And then I just blend it out with the beauty blender. So that's the concealer all blend in. Then I put some Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in Warm Honey on my cheekbones to make a kind of contour, creamy contour. And I put it on a bit higher. And with what's left on the brush, I will contour a bit on my forehead, just to make it all blend in, a bit on my chin. And I always tend to put a little bit under my lips, so my lips look a bit bigger. Not that I really need it, but I just like the look of it. For my eyes, I'm using this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in vanilla, to light vanilla. light to vanilla. And I'll just press this on my eyelid for a base. Yeah, for eyeshadow, or just cover up my red eyelids. So I'm actually very into Once Upon a Time. I think I started like 2 weeks ago. And I am on season 2, episode 16, I guess. But normally I'm definitely not into like science fiction kind of type of things. Yeah, sure. Type of things. But this series is just a whole other level. I just think it's so good. Some things are just so fake, but who actually cares? It's just the storyline is so nice. I think we all should try and watch this show because I'm so into it. It's just my favorite right now. I don't really watch anything else. I only watch that show. It's just things that are happening. It's very great. And I said I shouldn't. So next I'm going to powder my face with the Huda Beauty powder in Sugar Cookie. It's the whitest powder of the whitest. But that's me. So I would just, I think this is from Flormar. You get it with their powders, but so I just press it in with this sponge. If you want to make your base last longer, you really should press the powder into the foundation, because then the foundation really soaks it up and just makes the powder, makes the foundation last longer. So that's what I do. But this Huda Beauty powder is also very nice. It's something with powders. The first time I tried them, they never really look great on my skin. I had it with all the powders. Also with the Flormar one, with this one, with the Fenty Beauty one. They all, the first time they didn't work for my skin, and I was like, oh, this is not what I expected. But then I tend to try it like 3 times before I really stop using it, and by the 3rd time it just out of nowhere looks great. I don't know what it is. These powders have to get used to your skin type or to the foundation. I think it's a crazy thing because it happens with all my powders. I never really had like the first try of a powder that I thought like, oh, this works so well. They all just didn't work well, and out of nowhere they did. I think it's crazy. But now I already powdered my whole face with this sponge. Now I am going to use a big brush, and with what's left in the lid, I'll just go over my whole skin. and I intend not to powder my eyelids because I think eyeshadow works better on a wet base than on dry base, but that's personal preference. Next, I'm going in with the mineralized skin finish, and I always put it a bit higher, a bit where I put the cream contour. I just like bronzer. It's my favorite things to put on my skin. I just like to be bronzed. When you are sick or you don't feel well, you put a bit of bronzer on and you just look not that sick anymore. And I think if you see yourself not sick or kinda, then you are going to feel better. Because if I'm in a bad mood or if I feel a bit sick and I put makeup on and I look at myself and I think, oh, I don't know, it makes your instant look better and makes you feel better from the inside. But then I am going to bronze my nose because I think that makes it all cohese a bit better. So, I put another bit on my chin, maybe a bit here. So that's all done. Now I'm going to put on my blush. This is my Flower Beauty one. I already used it a lot of times. I think the color is just great and the formula is sick. It's just not too pink and not too peachy. I just put it a bit above my bronzer. So around here. I also put like a few stamps on my forehead so it kind of coheses a bit and a bit on my nose. So it all blends in a bit better. Next is highlighter, and I don't have many highlighters, but I intend to use the Makeup Revolution one or this one, but this is not really a highlighter. Oh, it's actually a magnetic impact eyeshadow in 101. But this looks so nice. I think this gives you the prettiest highlighter ever. So I don't want it to go. As you can see, it already shines so bright. I just love this one so much. I think it was like 4 or 6 euros. Actually, well, it was £4, but I think it is like 4 to 6 euros. So I always put a bit on my nose and a bit here. I put a bit on my forehead with what's left. And that's it actually. So I'm now going to finish this base with some eyeshadow and I will see you back in a sec. So this is the end of the video. This is how the base turned out. So this is how I created the flawless base. I hope you guys learned something or just want to buy something and try it yourself. And I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys liked and I hope to see you soon. Bye!